The loss to Manchester City at the Bernabeu wasn't just another Champions League setback. It was a match filled with signs, gestures, reactions, and behind-the-scenes moments that reveal far more than the score itself. From the final whistle onward, it became clear that something at Real Madrid has changed. Everything you didn't see from this loss, a loss that could completely change the direction of the season. So, if you love football and are a cool person who wants to help, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It would really help me a lot. Thank you. Right after the end of the match, the most striking image came from Bellingham. The Englishman fell to his knees on the pitch and stayed there, motionless, for nearly 20 seconds, absolutely devastated. Rodrygo was exhausted, lying on the ground with no strength left. Vinicius stood still, hunched over, with the expression of someone who no longer understands why the team just won't click. And in the background, the Bernabeu responded with boos, something extremely rare for this squad. On the bench, Mbappe watched everything in despair. He protested, gestured, tried to guide the team, lived the match as if he were the coach, but he couldn't go in, and his absence drastically changed what Real Madrid could, or couldn't, create. The match even started with good news: Rodrygo's goal. A stunner that meant a lot more than just 1-0. His celebration showed the emotional weight of that moment. He ran one way, then the other, looked for his family in the stands, placed his hand on the club crest, pointed to the sky. It was an emotional explosion only someone going through a hard moment truly understands. Rudiger hugged him tightly, reminding him that the game was still on. And when Rodrygo ran to Xabi Alonso and embraced him, it became clear the squad still supports the coach, even in the worst period of the season. Real Madrid's first half was intense, fast, and courageous. Vinicius created danger with multiple runs, Rodrygo was involved in everything, and Bellingham commanded the midfield with confidence. Even with key players missing, the team competed, fought, and made City struggle. But the second half changed everything. Courtois failed on the first goal, and Rudiger committed the penalty that turned the match around. City grew at the decisive moment, and Madrid had no response. Without Mbappe, they lacked depth, a reference point, and finishing power. Vinicius, who ended up becoming the center of attention, tried, battled, created, but couldn't convert any of the chances. The lack of goals weighs heavily on him, especially now that he has gone more than 15 matches without scoring. And that leads us into one of the most controversial points of the night: Xabi Alonso. In the big matches of the season, Real Madrid has lost to Atletico de Madrid, Liverpool, and now Manchester City. After the game, Xabi didn't greet the referee crew as he always does. He only exchanged a brief word with Guardiola and walked off the pitch. His expression said everything. The pressure is real. His future is completely up in the air. Players like Rodrygo, Bellingham, and Vinicius expressed their support for the coach in the dressing room. But the feeling is that the board is divided, and the next La Liga match may decide his fate. The Endrick situation also gained strength. The young Brazilian came on only in the final minutes, but what he did in that short time was enough to raise a huge question. Why does he play so little? In just a few minutes, he hit the post with a header, attacked the space, created a clear chance, and almost tied the game. Without Mbappe, without a reference in the box, without someone to finish plays, it's hard to understand why he's had so few minutes in recent weeks. In the end, Real Madrid leaves the night with more than just a defeat. They leave with the feeling that the team is trying, but still not capable of competing with Europe's best. They leave with doubts about the coach, about the physical management of the squad, about the offensive choices, and about the emotional capacity of the team in decisive moments. Even so, there are positive signs: attitude, intensity, and the desire to win. But that alone isn't enough when you're facing one of the strongest teams in the world. Here's what Xabi said after the match that sparked debate.
Ha sido un partido muy disputado, ha tenido diferentes momentos, ¿no? Y hemos empezado muy bien, con el gol de Rodri, con alguna otra ocasión, haciendo lo que queríamos. Y cuando estás en un momento que no estás en tu mejor momento anímico, cuando sabes que por donde estamos, pues en 10 minutos se nos han puesto por delante, con muy poquito, con el córner y con el penalti, pero el equipo lo ha seguido intentando, no ha perdido la cara al partido en ningún momento. En la segunda parte hasta el final lo hemos intentado, con todas las dificultades con las que estamos conviviendo, tema de pues, las lesiones, jugadores que están dando pues, hasta el último aliento. Y por eso pues, hoy no tengo nada que reprochar, agradezco mucho la actitud, el día a día con los jugadores y hay que seguir. Esto pues, es la Champions, evidentemente queríamos, el momento por los resultados en este noviembre y diciembre pues, no es lo bueno que queremos, somos críticos, somos autoexigentes, entendemos a la gente, pero tenemos que seguir trabajando y tenemos que seguir creyendo que pasará. Porque todo pasa y estoy convencido de que podemos hacerlo.
No sé si tienes la sensación de que el equipo rinde mejor cuando se enfrenta a este tipo de partidos, en cuanto a intensidad, en cuanto a actitud, en un partido de Champions contra el Manchester City, pero que le falta algo, por ejemplo, como el partido el otro día contra el Celta o el que pueda venir el domingo contra el Alavés. ¿Cómo puedes cambiar esa situación?
Sí que es un objetivo el ser más constantes en el rendimiento, el poder, y es independientemente del rival que tengamos, la competición que tengamos, qué depende de nosotros y qué podemos hacer, ¿no? Hoy es un partido de Champions contra un rival muy bueno y creo que bueno, pues, se ha ido de su lado, pero hemos hecho méritos suficientes para poder empatar, incluso bueno, podía haber pasado cualquier cosa y hoy el equipo ha tenido concentración, ha tenido ritmo. Los primeros 30 minutos pues hemos conocido muy poco, hemos marcado el gol de Rodri, que ha hecho un muy buen partido, hemos tenido alguna otra ocasión y hasta el final pues lo que se le puede pedir al equipo, intentarlo, no bajar los brazos, los jugadores se han vaciado y ahora pues mirar hacia adelante con lo que tenemos.
En esta sala de prensa le preguntábamos a Guardiola por un mensaje de apoyo desde la experiencia que él tiene hacia ti para ver cómo podría revertirse esta situación. Él decía que deberías mear con lo tuyo, que viene a ser algo así como morir con tus ideas. Yo quería preguntarte si tú estás muriendo con tus ideas.
Yo tengo muy buena relación con Pep, nos conocemos bien y él sabe bien lo que decía y no tengo que entrar yo a valorarlas.
Now I want to hear from you. Should this defeat really put Xabi Alonso's job at risk? Or did the team show enough improvement to bounce back in the next few weeks? Comment below. I really want to see what you think. And of course, before you go, don't forget, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to follow everything about Real Madrid. There's a lot coming, and you won't want to miss it.